She's on her way. Tell everyone.
Hi girlies. I was rewatching this video by Art at Midnight about how perfect the opening of Legally Blonde is, and a lot of the points reminded me of another movie that I love almost as dearly, The Devil Wears Prada. Equally, the intro to that movie is a gorgeous montage that really sets Andy up, just like Elle in the opening of Legally Blonde. But that's not the scene that I want to talk about.
Alright everyone, gird your loins!
The way that Miranda Priestley is introduced tells us everything that we need to know about her before we even see her face or hear her speak. First of all, Emily immediately starts swearing, which I will not play on YouTube. And then she gets to the phones like she's calling in like an air raid. Her tone indicates a serious emergency.
I can't even talk about it.
So we understand that Miranda is a threat. She might as well enter to the Imperial March.
I don't understand why it's so difficult to confirm an appointment.
No, I'm so sorry, Miranda. I actually did confirm last
Tales of
night.
your incompetence do not interest me.
Then there's the speed at which everyone responds. So much happens in the few minutes between Emily announcing her arrival and Miranda's first line. Emily has to set out Miranda's drinks and magazines, from which we can tell that Miranda is particular. She doesn't just place them, she has to fan them out nicely. We also see the brand name of her water, but it isn't just product placement, it tells us that she's particular and detail-oriented. This is not the sort of woman who can just drink any water. It has to be specific. There are also all these frantic phone calls, and we see many people running about in the background. Again, it emphasizes that there is an imminent danger. This is not a normal reaction. This is the reaction not to a woman, but to a weapon. Or, as she calls herself later, the Dragon Lady. At this point in the movie, we're like Andy. We don't know anything about Miranda Priestley. But in just a few seconds, we already know that she should be feared. Then, of course, there's the fashion element too. We see a woman reapplying her lipstick and changing into high-heeled shoes. And of course, there's also Nigel's iconic line, "Gird your loins." Gird your loins? Are the employees here at risk of physical violence? His tone is obviously indicative that that is not the case, but we can already feel the oncoming storm of character assassinations. But it's all begging the question, who the hell is this woman? And hell hath no fury like a Miranda Priestley scorned. Now let's get into her actual appearance. From the moment she strides into the building, we know so much just from that one visual. Heels, obviously, which explains that one girl needing heels to impress her. But it's also the stride. There's no hesitation. We are being shown a confident woman. The dark outfit again calls back to the Darth Vader vibes that I hinted at earlier. The heels also make a sound. They talk about the clackers later in the movie, but this isn't a frantic clack like those people running about like headless chickens upstairs. This is the echoing, foreboding step of someone unafraid to be heard. One of my favourite parts of this entrance scene is the woman who runs into a completely different lift and says, "Sorry, Miranda," like she has to apologise for being in this woman's very presence uninvited. It just really highlights to me that this is someone that you don't want to be in the same lift as. And finally, she arrives. Emily dashes to her side, immediately becoming overwhelmed by Miranda's monologue of demands, and again highlighting how Miranda contrasts the energy of everyone else. Emily was shouting and swearing. Nigel was announcing. But Meryl Streep's beautiful Miranda voice is soft, low, barely above a whisper at any point. Emily Blunt is big with her motions, but Meryl, barely opens her mouth at any point in this movie. Because Miranda doesn't need to be loud to be feared. She's the devil and she knows it, and that's all she needs to do. And that's it. Or rather, that's all. That's why I love this scene so much. We know what is coming up in that lift before she arrives. We know to be afraid of her. Like I said, I was especially inspired by this particular Art at Midnight video, and Art at Midnight is one of my favourite channels on all of YouTube, so please go over there if you haven't already. Not that she needs my endorsement, because she's killing it. Like, comment and subscribe, you know the drill, and I'll see you girlies soon in another video. Bye girlies!